This is going to be absolutely mental.
If you want to see me start,
We're up against the clock right now. Here we go. There's a loud banging noise.
Raptor's gone. Raptor's gone.
almost hit a tree.
Responsible with it.
Setting this thing as fast as they can to think.
We're here, we're ready, let's get it done.
Ready to go, Adam?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. Time to get it done and make our way to Finke.
Have you ever wanted to experience being part of a Ford performance race team? Being in the team itself, around the engineers, around the mechanics, and just being there for all the chaos and everything that happens during one of Australia's most unforgiving races. Well, that's the access that Ford's just given us. So I'm going to bring you along for the ride, and we're going to experience the Finke Desert Race, racing the Ranger Raptor together, and all the highs and lows that come with that. So my bags are packed, we're here at the airport, we're about to jump on a plane, and we're heading to Alice Springs. Righto, one flight down, got one more to go. Okay, we just landed in Alice.
How was the flight?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Ah, very cool. So you wouldn't be part of the team without the team attire. How sweet is that? So we got a couple of shirts and a jacket. It's kind of legit now, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just getting settled into the hotel here now. We do have an early start tomorrow morning, so I'm going to be back with you then. I'm going to crash out now. We'll meet up with the rest of the team early, jump in the Raptors and head down to a local workshop where the Raptor is actually being held at the moment and get ready for testing tomorrow. So I'll see you all in the AM. Okay, here we go. Day one. Rightio, good morning from the storage facility where the Ranger Raptor is being kept at the moment. So we've got all the Raptors down here, got the truck just here. Boys were doing a little bit of work to it yesterday to get it ready for today. So once the sun comes up, I'll give you a bit more of a look around the truck and we'll meet the rest of the team. I'm here with the Driving Solutions guys at the moment. So early start's going to go and do some testing. We've got Super Duty here as well. So this is the test unit here. So it's actually towing the Ranger Raptor, and the rest of the crew's rolling in now. Justin and the Ford Performance crew. Righto, so I'm riding with Ben and Mark at the moment. And where are we heading to now?
Heading to the off-road club.
Heading to the off-road club to do a little bit of testing with the Raptor. And what's your role, Ben, at Ford?
I'm a mechanic for Ford Proving Ground.
So it's Ben's responsibility to fix this thing if it breaks. And Mark, what's your role?
Vehicle dynamics engineer, mainly in steering development, so up here to support with any troubleshooting any codes or any issues that we've got on the electrical side.
So each one of the Raptors that we're driving has Starlink Mini on the roof, so we can all communicate with each other. And then Justin has some pretty cool setup at the moment for communications when we get out there. Zello and WhatsApp. So there's a few different programs that we'll go over later today to see how the trucks are communicating with each other. And
I had odds on, there was no chance he was going to respond. I'm just testing out the Zello app.
So we'll do a proper car-by-car check and the race truck as well.
So that one we'll check and I'm confident in, but it's more like getting everybody successfully in the app.
Yeah,
Yeah, the key with the tread app is everybody has to start their tracking again each day. Like way ahead of the North American guys. Usually it's like race day when we're staging.
You should check everything.
Somebody check the Zello.
Don't use that.
Oh, hey.
The American guys are very professional.
The best in business. We aspire to be like
Yeah,
that.
we try to be like that. No, so okay, so I think we're okay.
Have a look at it and see if it's what you want.
GPS. Should map it out.
Well, let's go on the race trail. And if it starts spewing oil out of the muffler or something, then we'll come back and deal with it.
Yeah. Do you want to take me to the racetrack for the recce?
Yeah, we'll just follow.
Jordy, you can lead us out. We can drive this.
Okay.
You can drive.
Yep.
I'll jump in and get a GPS tracker.
Fuzzy, can you get your
Make
iPad
sure, like,
out
if
and
you see a
give it
jump,
to-
like, you got the park. It's a sports truck. It's not your truck.
The recce lap's the fastest lap you had.
Alright, so Brad and the boys are just about to go for a recce and see how the truck's going this morning.
Hi, James.
Look, I just want Ty to have that much footage. It's going to be a punish to edit.
Well, anything with your face on it, James, is going to be.
You walked into that one.
I'm normally back into it.
Alright, so Brad and Adam have just gone and done a little bit of a recce. We just followed them around the track, just doing a little bit of testing on the truck, make sure everything's sweet before scrutineering tomorrow, and then obviously race Sunday. The truck's looking pretty awesome. Take us for a full walk around and show you all the changes that they've made since last year compared to this year. So all the Chase Raptors here, we're all running Starlink on the roof, and we've got a few different apps and things that we are using to communicate with each other, also keep an eye on the truck, and potentially also get live data from the truck as well. Oh, what's up? Thank you. Yeah.
Wait till it gets to the point. Can you pull my socks off?
I asked for a back rub in all fairness. My shoulders are sore.
Bobby, that.
He's the low man on
That's not even your kid. That's his Astrid Over's kid.
And the problem with it, when you're boss, you can do that.
It's Australia. Backwards here. I get it. Put those on the hood of the Ranger.
Yeah. Go shot, mate?
Yeah.
Every joke is like, they made it real. risk is more like a class 11 where it's a board. And one time I got out of control in that other one. This one I hit like this gray area in between control and out of control. And I think it's the, it's the added weight for the damping. So it could benefit from more damping. Accelerate out of here, it's like, oh, the car feels better because it's like it's sitting back a little bit. But then when we get in that big stuff, it's just diving in. And Adam said it's a lot like the Raptor R,
Yeah, you can't get the front.
This truck compared to our pre-runner, and Brad's trying to just go through some weight biasing and balancing concerns in the truck. Pre-runners, whilst we tried to ballast it as best we can to the race truck, there's certain stuff that we just can't manage, especially like the weight of the tyres, the weight of those KDRs is a lot heavier than the standard KO2s that we were running on the pre-runner, which means the spare's heavier in the back again, and we're just trying to balance all that out and trying to figure out how we can get Brad the amount of ride control that he wants. So Brad really likes to have a lot of damping into and out of the big events. Right now he's kind of getting a lot of spring, so he's getting topped out. We're trying some stuff, we've just taken some weight out, and when we get back to Jordan's place tonight, we'll adjust the damping, we'll take some spring, raise the front up a little bit, maybe lower the rear slightly, and just play with the weight balance and see where we can go, and then send him out at the Prologue and see what he thinks of the changes and whether it was better or not. It's kind of what we can do. We're not going to pull dampers apart here. We don't want to start contaminating the insides of the shocks. We haven't got a damper dyno here. Got everything else, but we don't have a damper dyno. So we'll see what we can do and try and get him a bit more happy in the car.
Is the track okay for you, Brad? That's what you're chasing?
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, track's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's almost just like the Finke course because it's right next to the Finke course.
The faster stuff, but that's probably the best thing, like the closest thing to Finke anyway.
I think we just need to mash it through some whoops and then
try and break it.
I agree with what you guys are saying. Just drive the car. Quit being a bitch and drive the car.
Well, no, but when we get back, we can make a small change. Yeah, I think we've already thought the back's too high. We'll go as much as we can, which is only like that much.
It'll make it dive in, so it'll feel real soft.
It feels like it's diving in and then springing out, and then it gets worse.
If we get the back lower, it'll pop the front end up.
Yeah.
You get a second look at it during Prologue anyway, so you can make those two adjustments.
But I also, I'm saying what I'm saying, but I can adjust to the car too. So
if we can make it better for you, and then you do an adjustment,
and that's why I'm saying what I am now, because I'll adapt to it and say, oh no, I guess it's okay. But I think what we're talking about will make it better, and then I just need to adapt to this one versus the other one.
I don't think we can make a big change.
Right.
But we can head in the right direction.
Yep. And again, I think the tires from a lateral grip standpoint, they're more predictable. They're just more predictable. I don't know if it's better or worse at all substantially. It's just more predictable.
Take the opportunity to get a good feel for it.
More accurate. Yeah.
I'd probably go out and just keep going.
Yep.
Get used to it.
Yep.
Try and adjust to it.
Yeah. We need some miles on it so we can inspect the limiter strap setup. Make sure it's not a braiding on something.
We're good friends with that.
So we've got a live feed right now from the truck.
Some line adjustments that may have improved, the suspension, running the shoulders a little bit more on some of those whoops. We do hear the front diff pump running. The front diff's at 91. Can you see if it's on or not? Yeah, it's on. And we confirm that front diff is running on the Motec.
Just bad NVH, like just noise versus a bad noise. So he's trying to get his head around whether it's just the noise of the truck or whether it's a bad noise. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We'll put it back up on the hoist when we get there and do another inspection, but I think it's just going to be noise in the truck.
So we gotta...
What is it compared to the one back home? Or is it just too hard to compare to this conditions?
Well,
this reminds me more of that pre-runner seemed really stiff to me, and then the harder you drive it, the more I liked it. Because that pre-runner felt super brisk.
Yeah.
And then you told me it had race shocks. It's like, well, I better get after it. But it never felt like we had strike through. Certainly, what we felt in the back here, Adam, we didn't feel once in that track. So there was one where it's like bang, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, these bumpers are different too. Like the jounce bumpers on these dampers, the same as the mid truck. So I figured we'd keep them the same again because they're already ruggedized. They've got a metal spacer rather than a polymer one.
So that truck, I do. You know, every whoop is different, but there were some whoops where we just got out of control, and it almost seemed like the pre-runner has been my favorite out of all three of them.
Mid 400 one, you mean?
Correct. Yeah. So the last couple jumps, it's kind of hard to get in.
Yes. Feel comfortable, Ty?
Yep.
Alright, window net's on. Alright, I'll shut the door.
We're gonna go hot here, guys.
Copy.
Very cool.
It's good, huh? And regarding the shift lights, they're not distinct enough on the Motec. Like, they'd have to be LEDs at the bar, because a lot of times the RPM's fluctuating as we're hitting bumps, and I think I can see that better with the tap and the cluster.
Right, I just jumped out of the race truck with Brad, just went for a quick hot lap. Absolutely incredible how that thing handles, like driving my everyday Ranger Raptor and how good that thing handles. It's great that Ford's like using like this R&D and they put it into the production trucks for the future, and they learn so much by coming out here and doing this. So we're going to throw the truck back on the trailer and we're going to get out of these flyers because they're absolutely insane this year, and head back and make some final tweaks to the truck before scrutineering tomorrow. Alright, we'll tie her down, get her back, make some changes, and get her ready for scrutineering.
Yeah.
But from a protocol standpoint, that's where I think, you know, the chase truck in that zone will have the lead
problems with you, similar to what we've run down.
Minimal contact, really. And then use the WhatsApp.
Like
race
trucks.
Yep.
Put her back in the shed and start doing some checks. The limit strap here on this side, how it's tied into the chassis. Limit straps in this one too, with these top hoops. So right now we're pulling the shocks out of the Raptor and going to swap out those top hats for the old design top hats. The new ones are damaging some of the rubber bushes on top of the actual strut itself, so we're going to remove those and put the old top hats back on. So boys are just pulling all the shocks out of the Raptor at the moment. Swap those over and we'll fit the ones from last year back in it, and that should stop that issue from happening. So here on the table we've got, this is the top hat that was causing the issues. You can see just there. So we're going to go back to last year's one, which this section here is a lot flatter. The boys are just refitting it back into the Raptor now, and then that'll stop this from happening, and go back to these bump stops. So let's go for a little bit of a walk over here and check out Super Duty while they're working on the Raptor. So this is one of the mitt setups I've got on here. I might actually bring all my camera gear over here and start charging some stuff back up, but it's got big 35s on this thing. Very cool to see the test mule out here towing the Ranger Raptor. Again, very test mule truck. Boys just chucking the shocks back in now, and hopefully we're ready for scrutineering tonight because we're pushing it pretty thin here on time.
We're gonna make this look good for the game.
Engineers seem pretty relaxed about everything, while the mechanics are in full chaos.
It's called delegation.
Hey Brad, so for everyone that doesn't know you on my channel, do you want to introduce yourself and your kind of career in racing?
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm Brad Lovell. I'm over here down under from the US. I love it down here. I've spent time down here traveling years ago. But what we do in the US is we build and race stock trucks for Ford Performance. So this is a right-hand drive Ranger Raptor. This was sent over to the US in 22, I believe, and we raced the Baja 1000. We took the stock class win that year, and then it was sent back over here. We've run Finke in 23, 24. Now we're back in 25 looking for the record. So we got a great team of U.S. engineers, U.S. racers, fabricators, along with all the Ford Australia team and everybody else out here in Alice helping us out. So as you can see right now, the truck is on the lift. We do have scrutineering coming up here pretty quick, but I never get too worried about this stuff. I've been in the race seat, belted up with my helmet on, ready to go when the thing comes down off the hoist. So, you know, we got the best team here doing work on the stuff. We're just kind of doing some last minute tuning adjustments to the shocks. Finke is 100,000 sand whoops, so tuning the suspension is key. We got a chance to go shake it down, and we're just looking to get that last little edge out of it.
Brad, what's your favorite racing career moment?
Wow. So favorite moments. I have these things, I call them wild, crazy dreams, right? But one of them for me was to win my first race in short course. That was a big one. Then my first championship in short course. Then in 2012, won Dirt Sports Driver of the Year. That was the magazine back then. Unfortunately, it's not around anymore. And then in 2022, Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame. That was the last wild, crazy dream that I've had. And what's next? I don't know. Get my kids out there racing. I love watching my son Adam take the wheel. He's running with me down in Finke, so exciting stuff for us.
Another question for you, Brad. If you didn't choose a career in racing, what do you think you'd be doing now?
If I wasn't racing, what would I be doing now? I'd probably be sitting in a cubicle doing engineering work, waiting for my day to end so I can get to the shop and go racing. You know, what I love the most about Australia is the adventure. We're traveling up to Darwin after this, the waterfalls, the natural areas, the untamed nature, and that all falls into the people of Australia that have this cavalier attitude of, you know, working for themselves and working hard. So love it down under.
What's a hobby or an interest that you have that no one knows about?
Oh, jeez.
Knitting?
I do not knit. Adam, you're not helping. So a hobby or an interest that I have, I don't know.
Short shorts.
No, I'm not into short shorts. I might yell at my kids some. I don't know. You know, I like having a clean shop, a house that's kept nice enough that, you know, we have a beautiful house with a beautiful view. And I guess I have a tractor at home, and maybe my hobby's grading the road. You know, I make a career out of driving fast. I'm yelling at my kids because they go too fast up and down the driveway.
So a bit of an interest there in tractors and maybe some earth moving stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I move rocks with the tractor. I go grade the road. I got a spray bar for it when I get home. I'm building a carport to put the tractor in.
So a bit of a farmer.
Yeah, hobby farmer maybe.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. What advice would you give to your younger self?
You know, so advice I'd give to my younger self is have confidence. I think it's hard to get your eyes up as a racer and look more than the next race or the next year ahead. But, you know, my dad told me when I was young, things have a way of working themselves out. And I think that, you know, my younger self should have remembered that, you know, you're going to have some bad years, you're going to have some bad races, but it's never maybe as bad as it seems. And also conversely, when you win a race and things are going great, you got to kind of be even keeled because you can't get too full of yourself either.
Yeah, for sure. Raptor is going back together. Wheels are going on, so we might just make scrutineering. See how we go. Front wheels are still off at this stage, but the boys are getting into it. Fingers crossed, we should be right. Rightio, final touches here before scrutineering. Just giving it a bit of a wipe down.
But you know, if you're on a hot lap, Brad, we'll give you the forgiveness if you're on a heater. So let's run off Brad's coordination tomorrow to determine whether he needs a call. So those two people would be Hughesman's, Brad or Pez will be making those calls. After that, Pat will be departing in the Everest at some point later in the morning. It doesn't need to be the same time as you go.
No, he'll probably Mark will probably go with him because I can take one other in the truck.
Yeah.
And then Mark will come down.
That's fine. There's room in the truck, so
it's fine. So we'll send that car down as well and help you guys get established down at the Finke end. Tonight, so after the guys go, we'll just do this, then we'll make our way up to the truck, go do the evening event, have some food at the truck, then come back home. We don't need to come back here, I don't think, after scrutineering.
Depends how scrutineering goes, but
yeah,
hopefully not.
we don't think that we will need to, but we'll play that by ear depending on what we get told with scrutineering. Again, just if you're taking cars home tonight, just if you've got cars with Starlink, just make sure that the ones that are screwed in, they're fine to leave on the car. If they're the magnet ones, please take them off and take them up into your hotel room and don't leave them on the car. That's a big risk for us, is like losing a Starlink that's just attached by magnets, because they can just be ripped off.
So crew sign on at Prologue 6:25, 6:45 thereabouts. The rest of the 14 arrived there about 6:45. With crew briefing, 7:10 is your recon, so you get to roll around. Then 8 o'clock Prologue starts. Then we're
Righto, we're here at scrutineering, just pulling the Raptor up on the line, getting ready to be inspected.
Until they go in your ear.
Oh no, tell me about it.
Last time.
The biggest concern is if we pass or not. Everything's good to go. Fingers crossed. So we passed. We're in. Righto, good news. Scrutineering done. Truck passed. It's about to get absolutely wild.
Time we want to beat. We've been real focused on hitting sector times that are going to get us that. Confident in the Ranger Raptor.
So normally you come with a silent car, and you've got Adam this year. Welcome to the Finke.
Thank you.
First time.
Yeah, it's my first time here, and it's exciting to see desert racing in a different country always. You know, it's so different doing a desert race in the States versus Mexico, and it's so cool to experience it in Australia.
What's the main thing you've ever heard from your brother about?
Well, there's a lot of whoops, and you know, whenever I hear there's a lot of whoops, I always think of San Felipe Baba.
Yeah, this is the worst I've ever seen the flies here.
Yeah.
Normally here there's none, or in Alice there's none. It's like you go out a bit and then you'll get a lot of flies, but I don't think anybody's going to beat the flies to Finke.
More flies than Finke.
Yeah. That's the same in the Simpson Desert when you go out through there and take a fly net. Yeah. But most of the time you're in the car during the whole day, so you don't really get out to maybe get out and have lunch or something, but for the most part during the day you just drive until dusk and park up. So.
And then they die down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so bad down at Finke, we just sat in the truck.
Yeah.
I felt
AC on.
Filling up.
Yeah, right.
Just do a front end swap.
Yeah, exactly. Quit moving it around.
I work for Ford, so I'm here supporting the Finke Desert Race.
Have you done one before?
Yeah, I was here last year.
Very nice. And Justin knows Ranger the Finke as well. You actually rode this bad boy last time, right?
Yeah, we've come here 2 straight years in a row. It's one class 12 times, and we're hoping for a third time this year.
Okay, so first day, absolutely mental. Had an absolute blast today riding with Brad in the truck. That thing just impressed the hell out of me with how controlled that thing was through some of those massive whoops. So credit to the Ford team that have put this thing together. It is absolutely an incredible truck is all I can say. It's just, it handles so well for being that production class vehicle. So yeah, did the shakedown. Had some few changes that we wanted to do to the shocks. So there was a different top hat sort of design that surrounded the bump stop and that. So it was fouling and during bottom out. So what we did is the boys swapped that top hat out for the last generation shock, and they've put the flat face one back on there that they had on there last year. So that seems to be a better option that we had versus the ones that were already fitted to it. So made a few changes there and just dialed some things in, bit of programming, but everything seems to be working really well. So that's all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. Day 2. We have qualifying today. I'm going to go grab the truck and get down to the track.
I'd feel bad asking now because that was so nice of you to get me coffee.
All good. I got the extra shot because I reckon we need it.
Yeah, right.
Just yell out if you need anything.
Will do. Thank you, James.
So boys, just making some final checks on the truck. Toby's old truck's just down there. Is loud as that thing. Sounds sick, but get the Raptor ready to go, get Prologue sorted, and then yeah, we're off to Finke tomorrow. How's the coffee, mate?
Oh, this coffee is tasting great this morning. It's a little cool out here. Really, you know, we're feeling calm and collected for the Prologue. there's always a little bit of excitement, and that's the job, right? Is to run it right there on the line. And I'll be happy to have Adam with me. He's hiding out over here, but you know, a co-driver, a navigator is always going to give you that voice of reason in the car, and if we can both agree on what we're doing, we're probably doing all right.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, coffee delivery at Finke. It's pretty sweet.
It's not bad. I got this in the race car this morning, so.
Is there still cup holders in that thing?
No, there's not. I was having to, do whatever I can to hang on to it, but I can deal with that. That problem I can deal with.
Good luck today, mate.
Thank you. Cheers. The further you get up in the race with faster cars, the faster the dust is moving out of your way. So we've been around the track a couple times, we've studied it, we've got a couple times around it in past years, and focused on putting this Ranger Raptor back here at the finish line as fast as we can. We've been having a great time doing recce down here in a factory Ranger Raptor. It's a great opportunity with Ford. Love this race, love all these whoops, and happy to be here.
Just walking back to see the truck. They just went out for a sight lap. Got about 45 minutes till Prologue. Just going to check the truck and make sure everything's all good.
The other guys are saying it's more. He thinks it's more reflective of the track than previous years. Yeah, it's rougher. Yeah. They added a new section of whoops where it used to be like a straightaway. Yep. But it's dodging mud puddles. Some of them are blown out and it's just like ice. So we're trying to cross safely near the end in the big, like short course area. It was challenging with the sun. My sunglasses were fogging up, so I didn't run them. But it's just like the shadows casting over the bank. So maybe we gave up a little bit of time there, but we didn't go over the bank.
How did it feel on the corner transitions with the increased light on the front?
I can't say anything objectionable about it. I think I'm used to having a little bit of body roll and then taking a set. Yep. I think it maybe pushes a little bit, but I think it's better balanced. Like you can rotate it some. So I think bump stops make a big difference. Yeah. Which are legal here and legal in the U.S. now. Yeah, so I think that
maybe spend a couple of
incorporating that would be a benefit, because it's not that you're just blowing through all the travel right to bottom. Like the one time in the rear, that's kind of how it felt. But it's like, it still ramps up. It's just here to here. This one feels a lot freer than the pre-runner. And that one, I guarantee you'd hate it because it's so stiff. But when you get up to speed, going over those whoops, it's awesome.
Just giving the truck a bit of a bath. Put it back up on the hoist. Double check some things and make a couple of adjustments, and tomorrow ready to go to Finke.
Check with that one could be the least one.
Jeez.
I think it's going to have to be like 3 hits of the Agadaga.
Okay.
Is that the highest setting on that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, this is not like that big
That last one.
That last one not too bad.
Just run it.
Last one wasn't bad?
Yeah.
Last one I didn't think I hit that.
Do your test, Brad. And we'll check it after it's done.
Like a NASCAR.
Let me try one more time. Unless you're worried about wearing these out.
Yeah.
Try another wheel.
I'll do these two.
That one. That's a good one. I reckon you hit that second one pretty good. That should be almost that torque.
So just let her eat.
Yeah.
Okay, let her eat.
So you're going to have to feed it.
Yep.
You just have to use that gun. Because some of those guns would break those off.
Yeah, right.
That's a weak gun.
Okay.
So is that the gun you're using? Oh.
Yeah. It's on 3.
Try and hit one of the other studs.
Like do another one.
Just do another one because you've run those studs out.
Okay. So I'm going to do 2 more.
Yeah. That one's good. I reckon that one's probably. That's my bet, Brad.
That's usually.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. So that's more than I've historically done in the field. But studs are different, stretch is different.
And that gun is that?
We usually use these small
guns?
ones because those big ones will just.
You just rip it.
Yeah. So it's a good lesson for me because I wouldn't be that.
You wouldn't have to hit it that hard.
Okay. Thank you.
How's the battery on that thing? Good?
Yeah, I checked it when I put it in the bag. Oh, wrong button.
Yeah, you're okay.
But yeah, we'll do the full thing until Adam is seat belted back in. He doesn't have to be on comms.
Yeah.
But till he's back in, then I go.
And I'll give you 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Set the target time.
Yeah. Perfect. And if not, you can start heckling me about Ford contracts and gonna get fired and go race for Nissan or something like that.
I'm not missing.
All right.
How long until he gets in?
Well, not in, but he's going to be in to get out.
It's got to be in to get out.
And then if he doesn't do it within 5 minutes, I'm going to give him a 20% discount on the cost of doing business.
So Brad and Adam are going to do a bit of a pit stop now, changing the tyre. Going to see how fast we can do it in the Raptor with all their gear on, jumping out, changing the tyre, jumping back in. So we'll see what sort of time they set. So they're going to go as quick as they can, get their gear. Three minutes 15. 3:15.
So last year we had a whole lot of clay end up on there, and then because of the heat it effectively fused and then wouldn't allow any heat to dissipate. So then you start to degrade shock performance, and then we have an issue with the top mount potentially losing a little bit of torque. and then it just hammered, and then continued to hammer, and then we ran like that for over 100 k's, and ultimately it blew through, and you can see some of the scar marks on here and up underneath.
Yeah, that little patch hole up there.
So it went into over travel. It got caught by effectively the brake line. And then launched itself out the side of the spring and settled in there pretty comfortably.
Yep.
And that's how we ended up running it home. So it was not a great failure.
Not great, but she got home.
But So, someone was watching over us and helped us get there. So yeah, this year running the limit straps, we obviously negate that risk. We're also running, as we were just talking, the spherical top mount here, so that allows a little bit more of a race type execution.
Are we making any changes this afternoon, or everything looks sweet?
Just clean it up and
good to go.
Check all our torques, check all of our paint marks, and put it back on wheels. And
yeah, so those limit straps are definitely going to help support those shocks instead of the shocks being the final.
Yeah. I mean, they're obviously sharing the duty. So one is helping you in failure, and two is we're really pushing the boundaries. And basically, they should be working in harmony.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's pretty. You can get pretty fine adjustments there on the straps by the look of it with that.
Yeah,
and that. So different shims and
you can shim stack it up and down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the last man left at 11.
All right. Couple of things. Things we've learned from previous years. We don't have a helicopter this year to distract Brad and his field of vision, so that's a good thing. But obviously, when you're in chase, just making sure that you're not trying to keep in front of Brad or don't get in front or parallel to Brad's. Just stay behind and stay out of his field of vision, so he can look forward and down the road and doesn't get distracted by cars getting close. Because in some areas, I know in the middle and the third chase sector, you guys quite get close to the track for the majority of that as well. So we want to make sure we give Brad plenty of room. And then obviously from a communication perspective, it's only speak when really spoken to, or you are acknowledging something that Brad needs to communicate back. And then if you need to take that communication off channel, there's the separate WhatsApp group which your co-driver needs to deal with and communicate that back out. Mr. Zinn has the plan for that checklist, and we'll do that afterwards. Okay. In relation to who's going where and who's got what car and who's got the keys and where everything's going, it's Mr. Perry, and Pez will take over and sort of go through that. But does anyone have any general questions about, what they are expected to do tomorrow or today, and for the rest of the day? Anyone? No? Good. All right. Pez, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Justin.
Hey.
Firstly, awesome job in Prologue this morning, and leading up, getting the truck prepared, everyone working so well together. So I just want to say thanks to the team already, how far we've got. It's awesome, everyone's working so well together. It's really cohesive with all the different parties involved, so that's been really good to see, and that'll continue on. But yeah, some details on the chase plan. So this document or this plan outlines when, where, what, how of what being in chase is, and being in chase is giving support to the race truck and the race team. This is a guide only. There's flexibility will need to be applied. Unexpected things. It's a race event. We can't predict everything that's going to happen. And yeah, if you see any glaring holes or issues or anything, like, speak up. It's pretty open forum. Everyone takes it pretty well. So if you've got any questions or anything, please ask. And keep your eyes and ears peeled. Expect the unexpected, but enjoy the event because it's a hell of a time. It's great fun. We've already been it. So chase vehicles. It's important to stay behind the track bunting. Do not cross the racetrack. It's a big thing. We've had some incidents in the past as a event, not with our group, fortunately, but you'll see lots of bunting up. And if someone asks you to step back from the racetrack, then just listen to the track marshals and that sort of thing. When you're driving down Maryvale Road, drive to the track conditions. It'll be rough. There'll be lots of traffic, lots of other support cars going down there. Geordie will correct me, but I think the speed limit down there is 110 on Maryvale. Yeah. Sorry?
There's no actual speed limit there.
Yeah, I think, drive to the conditions, but just be wary of that.
It was worse already in the first
section. The track, on previous years it's been not too bad, but I think this year it's
we've
worse.
We've been going down since Monday, chasing the boys.
Yeah.
Monday was beautiful.
Yeah.
Monday afternoon was rough. Tuesday morning was brutal.
Yep.
And by Tuesday afternoon it was hammered.
Yeah. So keep that in mind.
It's proper corrugations and big soft spots.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, definitely drive through conditions. So this is the racetrack. Most people are familiar with it, but it's divided up into 3 sections where Maryvale Road goes over the actual racetrack. So there's section 1, which Light Chase will be supporting the racetrack. There's the middle section between Deep Well and Rodinga where we'll have 2 support cars, the Heavy Chase F150 and the Super Duty, which is called Support 1 when we're in racing and chase mode. And then there'll be a single vehicle in the last long section called Chase 2, which will support the last section from Rodinga all the way down to Finke. These are the road closures, but here's the vehicle breakdown. So the Ranger Raptor will be Imogen and Justin supporting section 1, which will be 77. Heavy Chase, which will be the F-150 with the recovery trailer on there. That'll be Chris, will be driving with Dan. The support 1 is the Super Duty, which Lee, you'll drive, Jace and the paramedic, saw him around here somewhere, will be in that car as well. So the paramedic or Nick will be in the middle section. And Chase 2 will be myself, Benny, Kevin and Ty. You'll be with us in that 3rd section for day 1.
I really want to make sure whatever we do here is like we've done our best, right? Like it's important to me, it's important to everyone who's here. We all have an attachment to that vehicle for one way or another. We either developed it, we worked on it, we did the program work for it, or we're going to be doing the program work for the next ones, right? It's important to us that we find, a way to do our best over the next 48 hours to make sure that we deliver a good product and a good outcome, because that's what we all deserve, right? We put in a shitload of time in from doing the prep work on the car, from doing the logistics and event work on the lead-in. You guys have probably been busting a hump over the last 14 weeks to try and get yourselves organised to get here as well, and the DS guys have been huge for us. So, and then obviously bringing Brad and Adam for his first time down. We really want to make sure we do a good job for you guys as well, right? We love working with you guys, and we want to make sure if this is it for that truck, we want to go out on a high. So whatever we need to do over the next 48 hours to make sure it's a good outcome, let's put in our best to make sure we do it, because I personally love doing this event. I love being here. I love being in Jordan's shed. The hospitality that we get here is amazing, and I really want to make sure, one, we leave on a high and we leave the right way and we do a good job. So let's stay focused over the next 48 hours. Be safe, do things safely, especially at the Finke end. Listen to Pat from a safety perspective, and let's get a win. That's what I want. And a record. All right, Brad, over to you.
We're all putting our heart and soul into it, and that's what it takes to win. And I very much appreciate it. I think we had a good prologue, and I think we have a great chance at setting the record down here, which is our goal. And if things don't go right, you can't plan for everything, and we'll overcome it. We have the last 2 years, right, with mechanical bits, but I can say that I'm humbled, and our whole team is humbled by the hospitality and the effort put in down here. So thank you so much for everybody's effort. We'll do our best in the car. And be safe, please. I'll try to do the same.
Righto, Semi's now leaving. Loaded up with all the spares, fuel, tyres, all the spare wheels, parts, supplies, all in the Ford Performance truck. Loading up the F-150 and the rest of the Chase Raptors. You want something to eat? Are you hungry? Swags, because we are swagging it down there. And then we'll be heading back Monday. So Ford Performance truck's just about to pull out. I'm going to go and open the gate, and then we will get up early tomorrow morning and then head down to Finke, and we'll be on stage 3, so we'll chase Brad and Adam into Finke in our Raptor, be there when the boys get to the other end and check out the Raptor, and hopefully, fingers crossed, all this prep work and we have a truck that is completely intact when we get to the other end. And it's always the guys behind the scenes that you never see. This dude here works his off. He really does. You still not remember the code?
No, I've done it only twice.
7.
Here goes the truck. It's off to Finke. We'll chase it down in the morning.
Yeah, well, we're back at the shop after Prologue. We're just having a final look at the truck before we send it down to Finke. And we had a good run. We put a lot of time in, marking the course, getting the perfect line, dodging mud puddles, and think we did a really good job of that. So we're qualified first in production 4x4, 70th overall. So that gives us a single start. We're not doing a side-by-side start, and should put us in a pretty strong spot as far as, chasing that dust down to Finke. So feel confident in the truck, and the Hughesmans are here looking over every last bit with the engineers from Ford Australia, and great team, full confidence in what we're doing, and looking forward till tomorrow.
Righto, Ranger Super Duty. Going back to the hotel in the Super Duty. So, disclaimer, I can't talk about how this car feels to be in or drive or anything like that. And I have to be chauffeured. But I can talk about the truck, I just can't talk about driving impressions. So let's talk about how she's a big fat wide girl, because there wasn't really any offset for the wheels at the moment made for this model, so I guess the boys just kind of got whatever methods they could to fit on the back. So if you look, got big wide Mitz alloy flares on the back of it. So we're just heading back to the hotel now. The boys are just wrapping up everything else left to do with the truck. Just got to throw the wheels back on it. Going to go out for dinner tonight, and then race down to Finke tomorrow, which is bloody exciting. Here we are, day 3. It's race day. We've done all the prep work we can on this truck. We've got it as ready as we can be. So now it's a matter of putting it on the line and Brad to steer that thing as fast as he can towards Finke. This is going to be absolutely insane. Spares, spare tyre, spare fuel. Alright, I just got the Raptor off the trailer, got the computers hooked up to it. Boys are doing some final checks before Brad and Adam send this thing as fast as they can to Finke. So, done everything we can now to be prepared for the race. And it's going to be just awesome to see this thing hit Finke this afternoon. Got confidence in it. It's one badass truck.
Either the race or the truck, how about that?
Ready to go, Brad?
Yeah, we're here. I'm so excited. Usually I have pre-race jitters. Now it's just positiveness. We know the track. We know how to do this. This is our shot. So much work goes into this, and it's like Christmas, We're here, we're ready, let's get it done.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
You ready to go, Adam?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. It's time to get it done and make our way to Finke.
Super Duty's
Super Duty's called Support 1. He doesn't have a UHF though.
Oh, he doesn't?
No. The only way to contact Lee is via WhatsApp.
Do you get a live feed from the truck, like data-wise? Justin was saying that you might be able to clear codes and stuff.
Nah, we didn't go with that plan.
Yeah, okay.
This year. No,
but that was a thought to be able to...
Yeah, definitely a possibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Motec, you can get a separate box that gives you the ability to live stream data.
Yep.
It's in the data, but that would be cool to do that probably next year.
If you're going to retire, like, surely you would have known after last year.
Yeah, get the fanfare.
Yeah.
Righto, we made it through our checkpoints. So the biggest thing to think is that if you're going to come out here and watch the race, you need to get through those checkpoints before a certain time, because they will shut them, because the track does cross over the service road that runs beside the track, so they will get shut off and you won't be able to get through in either direction. So I've just pulled up here and we'll wait for the trucks, the trophy trucks, to come through. And then we'll chase Brad into Finke. But if you've never been out here, you definitely need to make the trip to come and see the Finke Desert Race. It's absolutely incredible, and some of these trucks are absolutely mental in the capabilities that they have, and just my appreciation to be out here with Ford and with the team and bring you guys along for just this all-access experience of what it takes to send a production vehicle down the Finke Desert Race is just, it's pretty incredible. But I suppose the biggest thing is that I want to thank you guys for watching the channel. If it wasn't for you watching the channel, we wouldn't get to experience things like this, because I like to bring yous along for the ride as well. This is not just about me, this is about you guys as well, and me showing you this experience and trying to immerse yous in this experience and giving yous the best opportunity to feel what it's like to be part of this team. And hopefully in this video I've given you guys that yous felt like yous were actually here. But yeah, if you love this content, like, subscribe, share this with a mate. And I just want to thank all you guys for watching. Here it comes.
Yeah, we got the text, we didn't get the audio. Justin, we just reading it now. So kept it in.
We just got a service vehicle soon. Broken front tip.
Okay.
Broken front tip.
Front.